I wish I did this every single semester. Talk about the books that I was supposed to read but only skimmed through. You know? I'm just kidding. I really liked doing it last semester, and I rewatched it recently, and I just thought it was really fun, and I had a lot of great books this semester, so I figured I'll go through them and show you guys what I had for this semester. I'm going to start with the class that I'm not mentioning the books for, and that's research methods. And I had two books. One was a workbook that is coffee stained, and yes, that was completely my fault. And the second book is a textbook that I only touched for the first chapter, and to make note cards for all of the bolded words in the following chapters. So barely touched that book, barely even looked at it. But nonetheless, you know, research methods. For all political science students, let me just tell you, SPSS sucks. Okay, I'm going to start with politics and history of Tampa, and later added QS. So the professor for this class, this is his last semester teaching, which is crazy. So it was kind of a bit of an honor to have him his last hurrah. And he wrote two of the books, and then he had the speaker of the third book come in, or the author of the third book come in and speak to us, which was really cool. So that was a fun little thing that occurred. Yay. So the first book in that class is The Immigrant World of Ybor City, and I actually did my research paper, my main research paper for this class, on immigrants coming into Tampa and, in a more generalizable sense, Florida. And it was just solid. Gary Mormino, he's the one that came in and actually spoke to us, but he wrote it with George Pozzetta. Can't say names. This is not a new fact of mine. This is not a new fact to who I am. But nonetheless, this is the first book, and yeah. I have to return that, so I'm gonna remember to do that. The next book is actually one that I bought and will be keeping, and this is by him. So this is QS on the Edge by Robert Kerstein. Hella cool. The next book by Robert Kerstein also is The Politics and Growth of 20th Century Tampa. And this has an old-fashioned book cover, which I will quickly remove for you guys because, you know, why not have you guys see the actual cover. Oh, I didn't know this was actually for our school, so that's good. School bookstore. Oh, good thing. I am ripping this cover off now. Okay, so the reason that I old-fashioned book covered this is because it has all of these red marks on the cover, and I'm just not about that life, so I changed that. Yay. So the next class that I had was with a really awesome professor. She's brand new to the professor world, and this class was Presidency and Executive Power. What I really liked about the class is that it was so conveniently timed with the new president, and now I've learned everything that I need to know about everything concerning the president. So the first book that we had is Debating the Presidency. So this book was pretty much just looking at different factors of the presidency and the relationship of the presidency between this branch or that branch or this house or etc, etc. And then it was a pro-con. So for every single chapter, I'll give you an example. The framers of the Constitution would approve of the modern presidency or not, and then it would be a pro, yes they would or no they wouldn't. The next book that I had for that class is The Race to 270 by Daron, and quite honestly I can't tell you anything about this because I skimmed this. So the next book, I also classic book covered it because I thought, why not? Now I'm gonna rip that off because why not? Okay, this book is The Presidency and the Political System by Michael Nielsen, which is the author of one of the other books. And I read a few chapters. The thing is, like, professors will always, like, tell you, like, hey, read this. But, like, you know, I skim things because ain't nobody got time for all of that. JK, do your schoolwork. Do your schoolwork. The final book is not really a book. It is a Kindle book. It's loading. This is The Science of Trump. And what's really great about this, like, series of articles, because that's what it really is, it's like a collection of articles that were written before the election. All of it is before the election, which just makes it, like, 10 times funnier. The last class that I will be telling you about, I have so many things to say about this class for various reasons. If you have spoken to me throughout this semester at any point, you know exactly what I mean when I say I have a lot to say about law and society. Ups, downs, Australia. For the political science career of my college life, I have to say law and society was my fave for various reasons that some of you know very well. And for those of you that don't, the first book is The Hollow Hope, Can Courts Bring About Social Change by Gerald and Rosenberg, and this is a hella interesting book. Now I say hella because my professor says hella. I can't say that. I mean awesome in the sense that it's like so eye-opening. Like all three books from Law and Society were so eye-opening. It's like intense. But yeah, this was incredible, and it really does make you think about whether or not the courts can actually bring about social change, and the answer is no. The next book is The Rights Revolution by Charles R. Epp, and this was also fascinating. This kind of bounces off of Rosenberg in a sense, and then creates a new structure as to why as to how rights revolutions occur. And it analyzes 4 countries, the US, Canada, Great Britain, and India, to see to what extent the legal support structure actually helped with a rights revolution, and it was just fantastic. This is where Australia kind of came from for my research design project, and I cry every time I think about that. And yeah, my professor would be flattered to hear that. The final book from Law and Society is Justice in America, and we just finished reading this, and this is so eye-opening. This has to be my favorite book from the class. Every single time I would pick this book up, I'm like, yes, I'm gonna learn something new. But then again, that was the entire semester in Law and Society, which is like awesome, which is what you go to college for, and like my mind was just blown. Those are my books from this semester. I hope you guys enjoyed this little quick run through what I had to do this semester. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, requests, if you need help with assignments for classes, comment down below. So peace out, and I will try and make more videos because the end of the semester is like, well, by the time this goes up, it will be the end of the semester. It will be summer for me. I will try and make more videos. I know I always say that, but this time, fingers crossed. Goodbye, everybody. Have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you all very, very soon.